Fuck you.
We're live.
Fuck you. That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's exactly how you sound.
That's what you sound like.
Calm your bitch ass down and let's go.
Calm your bitch ass down. Like, who you talking to? Like
You.
That? Fuck you. All right, ready to go.
It's recording.
It's recording. I'm gonna hit the introduction.
This man.
Hit the introduction, bro.
Welcome to the episode of Flicks and Kicks.
See, that's more like it.
And man, oh man, we have been finally catching up on some movies that I've been waiting to talk about.
Some movies we wanted to talk to y'all about earlier, we actually got a chance to see this weekend. And we got a chance to see that dude, How to Train Your Dragon, that had a lot of buzz. So
Fire.
we killed two birds with one stone.
I did not see it,
Dylan did not get to come with you.
but I saw the animated one.
Yep.
When it first came out.
Which means you basically saw this movie.
Yeah, you basically
yeah.
because it.
Which
they
in a
really
good
changed.
way.
Yeah,
In a
they
good
really
way,
didn't
too.
change him.
Nah.
You know.
Was it really just the same movie?
Basically was.
Basically.
But this was a
And I can rock
time,
with it.
honestly, it worked though.
Yeah, it really worked
did
out
work.
perfectly.
Did it work better than Lilo and Stitch?
I would say that was about neck and neck, to be honest.
It was close.
Now, the only thing I will say is
gonna lie,
Lilo and
this might be
Stitch
better,
changed
though.
a little
It
bit.
did. Of course,
You know?
the big time villain wasn't in Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah, so it
This
changed a
one
little.
didn't change anything major where it's going to piss off fans of the OG How to Train Your Dragon. All the shit you loved about the cartoon is in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't change a thing with that.
Which I'm actually glad they didn't. I'm
Yeah,
gonna be
me too.
honest with you.
Me too.
Because it was.
Because it's nice to, add some changes to live action so you don't just try to be exactly what we already got. But if what we already got was a classic,
Don't
there's
even
no
mess
need.
with
That's
it.
what I'm saying. There's no need to change. And How to Train Your Dragon understood that shit. The casting was perfect.
It was basically
Definitely perfect. I like the
perfect
casting.
on like how the original was. I
Definitely.
mean, to be honest, it was neck and neck, the exact same.
It
So
really was. In the best way.
yeah, and I'm digging it.
It had
I'm
the
actually digging
charm
it.
of the original.
Mm-hmm.
Cool action scenes. The good the story played out on screen and it made sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes in live action, when they play the exact story as the original, it doesn't make as much sense live action.
That is
But
true.
this one did.
Yeah, that was like I said, that was actually really good.
I liked
man.
it, bro. It
And
was
then
good. It was good, bro.
the graphics.
Graphics were
That
fire, bro.
I'm not gonna lie,
was
that was
fire.
probably I think the most surprising thing. Because in Lilo and Stitch, you can kind of see where it was like
You can see there was some fucking green screen with some
yeah,
parts
it
of
was
Lilo
a
and
little
Stitch,
bit.
bro.
How to Train Your
This
Dragon?
one, CGI was top notch, bro.
Oh my god!
They nailed the CGI. The dragon, the training scenes, the parts where they were flying the dragon.
When
Like,
Hiccup lost his leg.
yeah,
like,
bro. When he lost his leg at the end, I'm like, damn, they really went there. I didn't think they would do that in a kids movie.
Yeah, I didn't
but they
think they were
did.
gonna do that.
I didn't either. So they took chances. Graphics were there.
Mm-hmm.
Good story. Sent you home happy, bro. That's all you ask for live actions. You want to be sent home happy and have a good time. You're gonna get that with this shit. This is the summer of live actions. Lilo and Stitch passed for me, and so did How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah.
Before we get into our big debate, I actually thought of something.
What?
Oh.
I feel like James Gunn's DC universe is gonna get to their major villain way before Marvel got to Thanos, but it's not gonna.
The
feel
major
rushed.
villain of the whole universe. Or
Like, you know how in the first
Adventures.
No, what is it called?
Are we talking Marvel?
The
or
Infinity
DC?
Saga.
Oh yeah, of course.
So it started with Iron Man 1.
Right.
It worked all its way up until Endgame.
Like
And obviously they
19
were
movies
teasing
worth
the
of-
big bad to be Thanos.
Oh yeah, Adventures 1 they teased Thanos. It started
Exactly.
from
Mm-hmm.
How long did it take for us to finally get to Thanos?
there. Iron Man 1 came out in 2008. Adventures 1 came out in 2012, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, 4 years before we got to Thanos.
No, I'm talking about him finally showing up.
Oh, like actually fighting.
Mhm.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
Infinity
that
War,
was
that was
amazing.
10 years because Infinity War didn't come out till 2018. Yeah, that was
So
10
we're
years.
looking at 10 years that we had to wait.
Yep, they had to
So let's
grow-
think about it like this.
they had to build them up.
How old are you going to be
Yeah.
in 10 years?
34.
Exactly. Do we really have 10 years to be waiting? I think James Gunn understands that. So that's why he's including all these characters in Superman 1. Because, I mean,
Yeah.
look at the roster we've already got in
Yeah.
Superman. We got Superman,
Yeah.
we got Lex, Mr. Terrific, Hawk, what's her name? Hawk Girl.
Hot Girl's gonna be in it.
Yeah.
And then we got, did I already say Green Lantern?
Green Lantern's gonna be in it. Oh, isn't a team gonna be in it too? I can't remember the team's name off the top of my head.
I don't know.
Yeah, I need to look it up. But
We're at 5 plus
it's
Crypto.
stacked. Crypto's gonna be in
Yeah.
it. Supergirl isn't she gonna be in it too? Oh, she's
I
not.
haven't seen
Oh,
any rumors about that, so
oh,
no.
yeah. All right, bet.
And
Damn,
then
that's that.
obviously there's gonna be someone teased in a
Oh, for
post
sure.
credit
Yeah,
or
for sure.
someone mentioned
James Gunn is gonna actually implement some exciting. That's the thing I'm really looking forward
with
to.
his
is
first
DC.
official movie
Mhm.
and his
He has a chance to
DCU.
make a
He's got
statement.
7 characters
Mhm.
in the first
First
movie,
movie.
jump-starting.
Just think about it. What Iron Man one? What other hero did we get in the first Iron Man? Just
Nothing.
Rhodey
We got Rhodey, and he
That's
wasn't
it.
even War Machine.
at all. They
Yeah.
teased at the end. He said next time, and that's when they teased he was gonna be Rhodey in the second one. But all we got was an Iron Man focused movie. While this Superman, we're getting 7 additional characters.
We're getting 7 additional
Mhm.
characters.
And Lex Luthor as a villain.
Like
Which is gonna be
that's why I'm
crazy.
thinking
No,
James
really.
Gunn is gonna jump the gun on this. No pun intended.
And I
But
think he should. I think it's smart. Hopefully, I hope he does it in a smart way because Zack Snyder also tried to jump the gun and rush.
let's
the
be
bill.
real here. Zack Snyder's not a writer.
No, fuck no.
James Gunn's a writer.
He's a visual
Yeah.
type director.
Now,
he's
if
not
you
an
paired
X's
the
and
two-
O's. Yeah.
If you paired James Gunn's writing and
Zack Snyder's visual. Oh, that
Mhm.
could have been stunning.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah.
but I don't think Zack Snyder's ever gonna do that, which is
No,
fine.
Which makes sense. That was a different part of his career. He's
Yeah.
probably done directing superhero movies. Like
I
that.
feel like James Gunn can get us to the end of his first saga or
Mhm.
whatever he wants to call it
Mhm.
in less than 5 years.
I do too.
I can see
think
that.
so. I think so.
Because with DC, there's so many stories that you can
Hella
tell. So many
stories, bro.
stories,
Injustice.
Mm-hmm.
which I'm sure he's probably gonna do at some point.
Oh, we gotta get an Injustice on the big
We
screen.
have to.
We have to.
We got Civil War live action.
Right.
Why can't we get Injustice?
That's my
live
thing.
action?
That's what I thought they were
But I
trying to.
feel like that won't happen until after the
Probably
whatever
not.
his first saga's done.
Yeah.
Because
Which
we
makes
still
sense.
have
You
to
wanna establish
incorporate
that
a
first.
Batman,
Right.
Yeah.
and we have to have that relationship.
Which do
between
you
Clark
think
Kent
Matt
and Bruce.
Reeves leaving production of Batman 2 opens the
Oh,
door?
he finally left.
Yeah.
I didn't know
apparently.
he finally left.
Yeah, he left.
Mm.
Which he was hell bent on not having him be in James Gunn's universe, but maybe him leaving opens the door.
Oh, so
for
we're not getting Batman 2 at all now.
That's actually a
Maybe
good
in
point. I didn't
Limbo.
even think of that.
You do some research.
Yeah,
Because if he left, we're not getting Batman 2.
Yeah, that's a good point.
unless
Another-
it's probably gonna be delayed. You know, it's probably
That's
gonna be
a good
something
point.
that is truly delayed because you're having someone that is gonna rewrite what they want.
Oh.
Or if it's gonna be around
Apparently-
the same time, it's gonna be them wishing
Apparently,
their
it might have just been
ideas.
a rumor.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, because James Gunn said he's still the director.
But who
Okay,
would you,
okay.
who would
Just
you
to
want
solve
to
that
play
shit
Batman?
in-house.
Ooh, actually,
That's actually a tough question.
I actually have a couple of options,
'Cause,
and I
like,
want your opinion on
All right,
them.
I want
You
throw
guys
some,
vote.
throw some names at me.
I'm also gonna Alan Rickson.
Let me see. Oh shit, homie from Blue Mountain
Yes.
State.
Freaking.
He was in,
John
He was
Reacher or
in
something like that?
Titans
Yeah, he was in
too.
Reacher.
Yeah.
And he was in Titans, the much maligned.
He's
Titans
built
show.
too.
Yeah,
Size
he is.
wise, he could fit. I wonder if he can pull off
Like,
the
look-
Bruce Wayne aspect.
I mean, he really could.
He could.
I
He's a
mean,
good actor. I would fuck with that.
He's my second option. The first option,
Who's your first option?
I can't remember his name off the top of my head.
Mhm.
He played Soldier Boy in The Boys.
Oh,
Jensen Ackles.
Shit.
Jensen Ackles.
That would actually be a good choice. That would be a good
Batman.
choice. I think that would be a good choice, bro. He was great as Soldier Boy.
Interesting.
I could see that. I could see that being Bruce Wayne. I could see that.
Ah.
He would have to look for sure.
Those are my 2 picks for Batman.
That makes me want to get into some fan casting. Who would I? Pick?
Right? Like,
Right. Dang. Because with Batman, you want to do probably a solid combination of youth, but not too young. You want someone in their early or mid 30s playing Batman.
yeah.
I don't think James Gunn said his Batman's gonna be a year 1. I think he's gonna
Established?
be yeah.
I
he's
think
gonna
that's
be
smart,
established.
honestly. I think that's smart.
Because Matt
'cause
Reeves did the year 1 Batman.
that's kind of what he's doing with Superman. Superman's already established.
Yeah.
Which is smart. We've already got hella stories of
yeah.
Superman.
We've seen his origin story
so
3
many
times.
Yes,
Mm.
Superman
More times because of
Returns,
Lois and Lane.
Man of Steel, yeah, Lois and Lane. Like we know
Lois
stuff.
and Lane. Clark,
Lois.
Clark Kent. And
Clark Kent.
Whatever
Yeah,
that
Clark
show's
Kent.
called.
Yeah, the CW show.
Yeah.
yeah. So like,
So, yeah.
I think it's smart with all honestly with all the heroes, just have them be established. We don't need an origin for all of them. We've gotten the
at this
Flash,
point, we've
so
seen
when we
it,
eventually get a Flash movie, we don't need an origin story.
Yeah, we've seen it all.
We've seen it.
A complaint that I want, and I hope James Gunn delivers this. I want the Batman to have the white eyes.
That's
That would
actually
be freaky.
we've never got a white eyes
Instead of
Batman.
like the basic eyes,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
want the
that would
white
be
eyes.
That would
Fire.
actually be dope, bro. We've never got. That's crazy. We've never gotten that. No, even in the Christopher Nolan's Batman's, I don't think he had no. That's
He had
actually-
just a regular.
That's
Look at
crazy.
this. The white eyes.
Mhm.
That would be
That's
tough,
fucking
bro.
aura right
I would
there,
fuck
bro.
with that. That's aura on 1,000, bro.
And do you what suit do you think he should do? I really want to see this one, the gray with the blue.
I ain't gonna lie. Once
that's
you showed me
live
that
action,
shit, I
that's
was
the
kind
one
of
I'm
saying,
not gonna
yeah.
lie, 'cause
I want them to give us a suit we haven't seen before.
Yeah,
we haven't got
because
that on
we
the big
kind of
screen.
seen them all.
We
Like,
seen
let's
them
be
all.
honest.
We have.
I mean, really, he's only got one suit. It's
Right.
always the black.
the black.
one,
That's all we've gotten.
but we haven't gotten the gray and blue.
No.
Yeah,
And we haven't gotten the eyes. James Gunn does both. That would instantly give his universe a different kind of vibe to it.
There's
See,
another version
that-
of the gray and blue.
That would be tough, bro. I would be down for that.
telling you right now, fire,
That would be tight.
fire.
That would be tight, bro.
Or
That would
it
be
looks
tight.
something like this
Oh shit.
Mhm.
That would be tough.
with the wide
bro.
eyes too.
That gives me vibes like the cartoon Batman.
Like, could you imagine seeing Jensen Ackles in this
I could see that.
or Alan Rickson?
I could fucking see that. I could
Yeah,
see that.
that's tough.
That's
That's
tough,
tough.
bro. That's tough.
Because I want the Batman to be kind of buff, but I don't want him to be Ben Affleck buff.
No, Ben
That
Affleck
motherfucker was too-
ripped. He was too big. He
was
could
too
barely
big.
fit in the suit.
Hey
He
man,
looked too big
you
for
don't
the
want
suit.
The Rock just to walk out there.
Oh my
you know?
god! Could you imagine the Rock
you're
playing
Batman.
Batman?
Oh my god,
Or
bro.
Batman.
I ain't gonna lie. I already know a perfect Aquaman.
You're gonna
Don't
say
even
Roman
say-
Reigns.
I am gonna say
You're
Roman.
gonna say
Bro.
Roman.
I'm
God.
gonna say Roman, bro. Because
I mean,
Roman
look-
wants to get into Hollywood, and come on, bro. He has the look. He definitely has the look.
As long as he doesn't take acting lessons from The Rock.
Yeah, you don't act like he's cussing.
Oh man.
But I mean, to be fair, if James Gunn chooses to go with a more like tense Aquaman, Roman could really do it.
I think Roman could.
Because
pull it off.
Roman, he can get pretty scary on
Yeah.
the mic sometimes.
When in tribal, that's the whole thing with his tribal chief character. He jokes a lot, but when he gets serious, he's kind of a psycho.
So if Roman can
Yeah.
do it right, I feel like he could be
he
a
could
good
be
Aquaman.
a great Aquaman. Plus, they already moved Jason Momoa to Lobos. James Gunn already confirmed that, so there's an opening.
That is
Do you think
true.
they should include Cyborg in the Justice League? Because in
If
some interpretations
properly.
that he's actually in it,
Mm-hmm.
but sometimes he's
I
not.
ain't gonna lie.
I feel like
I would
he-
vibe if they kept Cyborg and Teen Titans.
I love Cyborg.
Well,
I do
okay,
too.
let's be honest.
I
If
fuck-
they gave a chance
Mhm.
for his own kind of like movie in a way, I think that'll give more
I feel
people
like
a
they
chance
chose
to
the
do
wrong actor for him too.
It wasn't
Yeah.
a good fit.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Like, I'm not dissing the actor
Even in
at
the-
all. He just didn't
Even
fit.
in
fit.
even in the Snyder cut, I still didn't mess with his.
because
I
well,
didn't
let's
mess
be
with the
honest.
suit.
Everyone
Yeah,
else
I
had,
didn't like his suit either.
but let's be honest. Everyone else had a movie that you kind of could gravitate towards to
Right.
be like
Outside
alright,
of the Flash.
well, yeah, but you've had the Flash on
you have to
CW
show, yeah,
to
you
kinda,
have some familiarity.
yeah. So
Most
it's like
people only know
you-
Cyborg from Teen Titans.
Exactly. So if you're not gonna put something out to kind of get the fans to be like,
Mhm.
oh wow, he came, because when he first came, everyone was like, whoa, what the hell?
That's
Like-
what I'm saying. What the hell? What the hell?
You know, so like,
Right.
give him a movie to make everyone be like,
Actually
all
know
right,
who
I
the
like
fuck he
to
is.
see where he's been put on.
All right, I'll change my stance then. If they give Cyborg a live action movie to build him up and get the
Mhm.
audience to know who he is, then I'm completely fine with him being Justice League. But if they're just gonna throw him in, it's the same mistake that Zack Snyder said.
Because let's be
We
honest,
need a movie.
you gotta steal a page from Marvel.
Oh, for sure.
You know, you gotta.
People forget. Continue.
I was just about to say, stealing that little
Mhm.
move from them is give them a little
Give 'em-
taste of
right.
like what this person can do
Mhm.
about their story.
Right.
Make sure you give them
Right.
like the
Like an
intellectual
individual.
stories to the
And
fans
that's
can
why
get it.
I was about to piggyback off you. Before we got Avengers 1, look at all the movies we got. Dylan already mentioned Iron Man. We even
Mhm.
got the infamous Incredible Hulk. 'Cause people are
Mhm.
up and down on it. I fucked with Incredible Hulk. I see why some people didn't. You got Thor.
Mm-hmm.
Another, depends who you ask.
That's his
Okay.
fucking name.
Even
Captain
Black
America.
Captain America. Even Black Widow was in Iron Man 2. So
Yep.
we got an introduction to the full team before we even got an Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he should play Cyborg.
Oh,
Now that,
from fucking Star
Yes.
Wars.
Yeah, I was trying to remember his name.
Oh shit, that would be a good choice. That would actually be a good choice. I would fuck.
Because for Cyborg, he's kind of like a young character, so you have to find someone who's young enough.
Right. If he wasn't such a big name,
You can't cast Denzel
Right.
Washington as fucking
Nah.
Cyborg.
Yeah, no.
if he wasn't such a big name, I would suggest Michael B. Jordan. But you know,
As
I think he
Cyborg,
I don't know.
I think he could fit.
He
the
could
role. I think
he
pull
could
off.
do it, but like I feel like
Cyborg's too goofy.
Right.
I've never seen Michael B. Jordan be too goofy.
Damson Idris is another choice for that.
I think he's playing John Stewart Green Lantern.
Oh, okay, that's a good
I
choice.
think so.
That would be a good choice.
Because they're not going with Hal Jordan, or they
Oh,
are,
they
but
are?
the main one's going to be John Stewart.
Okay. If that's the case, I would be down for that because him in any DC role that makes sense would be a good fit because I like the actor. He has range. He could be
No, I
comedic.
was wrong. I was wrong.
Oh, where is now?
This guy is playing John Stewart's Green Lantern.
Oh, Aaron Pierre.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I've seen him before.
He's been in some pretty good stuff.
Yeah, he has been in some projects. That's a good choice.
Fair enough.
James Gunn is known as cat. He's doing a nice mix of established people in the industry and up and comers. I've noticed that with some of his choices he's been making.
Like I said, as long as you kind of give these people a taste of what the future is going to be, I think it's going to be perfect.
And I gotta ask, this kind of a controversial question. You think James Gunn could ever have DC kind of surpass Marvel?
Yes.
I ain't gonna lie.
The way you answered that was kind of quick.
He answered that quick, but I agree though.
Because
I can't agree.
After Spider-Man No Way Home,
that felt like
name
the last
me
big.
6 movies or 6 shows after No Way Home.
After No Way Home, okay.
That were absolute bangers that you could go rewatch right now. Name 6.
Guardians 3.
There's 1.
Thunderbolts.
That was good.
Pretty good. Did Shang-Chi come after No Way Home?
Yeah, I think so.
Did it? Because Shang-Chi was pretty good.
I think so.
It was.
I think it was like
Shang-
a year after
It
or
was?
something like that.
Okay, I would put Shang-Chi in there. That was pretty good. I ain't gonna lie, this is controversial. I can't put.
Oh, they came out the same year.
Oh, it did?
Okay.
Okay. This is kind of controversial. I can't put Wakanda Forever in there. Me and my brother talked about that movie's just fucking sad.
Well, I haven't even seen Wakanda Forever, but I heard it fucking blows.
It's just
It
really
was
fucking.
in-
It's just really dark.
Yeah,
It's not one of those movies. It's not a bad movie, but it's just not rewatchable. I don't think it's that rewatchable.
I think, as far as rewatchable, it's kind of
It's
like
heavy. It felt like you were at a funeral.
I mean, they're giving the torch, to the new Black Panther.
Right.
Now, I will say near the end, it did end.
Even the
finish.
beginning. The beginning started out with the funeral and everything.
It
like,
did.
yeah.
It was a lot of that, but like I say, it was. I see where you're coming. I see where you're coming from.
Right.
Continue, Corey.
That's 2. Okay. Ant-Man. Fuck no. I hated Ant-Man 3.
I was about to say, brother, what?
Fuck. Loki. For sure. Loki. That's 3.
Loki came out before. You
Oh, it
talking
did?
about season
Okay.
3?
Yeah, the last season. I would say. Oh, surprisingly, Agatha. No, I'll just do shows completely that came out after. So I won't.
Oh,
do
season
Loki.
3 isn't even out. There's 2 seasons. Of
2
Loki.
seasons. No, what? Loki's cheating because that came out before No Way Home. Technically.
Loki season 2 came out on October 5th, 2023. So if you want to include season 2, because season 2 was fire.
Season 2 was pretty fucking good. No, I'll say Loki season 2.
And don't include Agatha. It was
Agatha was-
good, but it's not. Are you gonna go back and rewatch the entire season?
I haven't rewatched this.
Exactly. So you can't really include Agatha.
That's
it was
fair.
good.
Okay, it was good. I
I'm
wouldn't.
not gonna
It wasn't
go
a
back and
classic.
rewatch it.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay, so rewatchability. That's 3. Damn, this is harder than I thought.
Mhm.
They had some other shit come out between them, right? There gotta be something. They dropped so much shit. Daredevil, maybe Daredevil.
Haven't seen it.
It grew on me near the end. I still haven't
I saw
watched
the.
season,
I did
though.
see the Punisher and Daredevil scene though.
Yeah, that was cool. That was dope. There was some cool
I saw
crossovers
that.
we got up in there. I may go with Daredevil maybe. So that's 4.
Mm-hmm.
See, now you
That's
gotta
about
really
it.
think
That's
now.
And the thing
That's
is,
about it.
I'm excited for Superman. I don't
Oh,
really
for sure.
care for Superman,
Yeah.
but I'm excited for
I'm
this.
excited for this,
And I
too.
know I'm probably gonna rewatch this movie.
I'm up and down.
And this is
with
James
Superman.
Gunn's first movie.
Yeah, right.
He's already got Peacemaker, and I've already.
Because I don't really count Blue Beetle as as his first one because he was involved in it, but this is his first
I
one.
feel like that was his test run.
Right, that was basically in testing, right? This is his first one, truly him.
Peacemaker
is really
Peacemaker's
he's
his baby.
behind the wheel.
Right, exactly.
His
fully
DC
steering.
Exactly.
Right.
Oh, Suicide Squad is also his too.
Oh yeah, Suicide banger too.
So his universe started with Suicide Squad,
You're right.
Peacemaker,
Right.
and now Superman.
Yep.
I've rewatched
Oh, I've rewatched Suicide
Peacemaker.
Squad. Me too.
I think I've seen Suicide Squad.
I've seen Suicide
more than
Squad
once.
twice.
And I know for a damn fact I'm gonna watch Superman more than
Oh,
once.
I'm gonna rewatch it.
Yeah,
For
you
sure,
know,
for sure.
as a
Based on
Superman fan,
Oh,
I
honey,
know
yes.
I'm gonna be rewatching
This is a
that.
long time
So
coming
you
for Hunter.
you see where I'm going with this.
No, I do, because Marvel's kind of lost that. I won't say. Yeah, I'll say it. Let's get uncomfortable. Marvel's lost the aura it had since No Way Home. It has lost it. We've gotten too many.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. They're starting to get that aura back.
They are.
You know,
They
they're working back to get
I think
that.
Fantastic Four has a big chance of really getting closer to what we had.
I mean, Thunderbolts really gave him that.
Thunderbolts was
push,
good.
You know,
unfortunately, it didn't show in the box office.
But it was definitely good.
It was good, though.
oh yeah, it definitely
really fucking
like,
good. I'll
you
rewatch
talk to
that
any
easy.
Marvel
Oh,
fan, that
hell yeah.
was them
Hell yeah.
saying this is finally them showing that they're coming back.
Absolutely.
You know, we've been through the
Right.
pain.
That's what I'm saying. We went through. We were in the gutter before that movie came out.
So
I
Outside
got a
of
hot
Guardians.
take for you.
What's that?
Deadpool.
Oh fuck! I forgot to mention Deadpool.
Now that
Yeah.
Deadpool,
Yeah.
it's been a couple months since Deadpool came out. I think I can finally say
Mhm.
it wasn't as good as we thought it was. It was all right at best.
You see, here's the thing. I think a lot of those nostalgia movies
Are good for the first couple
are
months.
good when you first watch it and you get to experience all that kind of childhood memories when you're first
Yeah.
watching it for the first time. But when you peel that and take it for an actual movie, they're not great actual movies. You can argue, like as a
Because
movie.
they have to center it around the nostalgia.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like remember when they walked into the cave, they had to slow it down and
Yeah.
play the music for everyone,
Uh-huh.
and then they built the movie around all these cameos.
Yeah. Literally, it was basically.
But it does set up
Mhm.
future movies.
Oh yeah,
I
it
will
did.
say
It did
that.
its job there.
Well, I mean, let's also put out there. It felt like it was a sponsor movie too.
It felt like a Fox tribute.
I mean, they were like, let's just throw everyone out
Chris
here.
Evans as Human Torch was in there. Like they had.
I feel like that was a big fuck you to Fox.
It definitely was. It definitely was. It was like, see, Fox, this is what we could have been if you stayed the fuck
Hey,
out the way.
Deadpool 1 and 2 were
I
amazing.
love Deadpool
It really
1 and 2.
was.
Absolutely love Deadpool 1 and 2.
I feel like 2 was better, but
I was gonna
the
say
Deadpool movies,
Mhm.
that's the first trilogy
that everyone worked.
where, like,
Everyone worked.
I know I love Iron Man, but let's be real here, 3 was awful.
3 was terrible.
2,
That had the worst twist of any MCU movie I've ever
You remember
seen. I
in-
hated the fucking twist.
Hunter and Corey, remember in school
Mhm.
where we would just do enough to get by the end of the year past like a 70?
Right.
That's what Iron Man 2 was.
No, Iron Man 2. They melded in Iron Man 2.
Like they were just
melded in.
barely good enough to call themselves a good
Right.
movie.
Like good enough to call it okay. It's
But
it's
Iron Man
entertaining.
1, Chef's
Great,
Kiss.
great fucking movie.
Great.
I mean,
Started
let's
off.
be honest. You gotta start off with a banger.
Oh, absolutely.
And I've heard, there
Absolutely.
is some rumors of different people playing Iron Man.
You
So
know, Tom Cruise. Was
Tom
one of them.
Cruise was
Mhm.
one.
I'm glad they didn't.
that.
yeah.
Could you
Ah.
imagine a Tom Cruise and I?
Oh my
like,
god.
Could you imagine Tom
Oh
Cruise
my god.
at the end of
man.
Endgame?
No, it wouldn't have had the same emotional weight. It would not
Yes.
have.
That would have been a little awkward.
Because that was
there.
RDJ saying goodbye to Iron Man.
It was,
too.
that's what it felt like, bro. I remember the theater. I heard so many
Corey, that was
snuffles
you.
in that
You
theater.
know
Man,
that.
was me. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I had some tears streaming down my
I think
face.
all of us did.
But that's what happens when you build a universe and you earn that emotional moment. Those emotional moments don't hit unless you build movies that work.
See how we're talking about these special moments.
Exactly.
That's what
That's what
DC's kind
DC's
of missing right now.
Live action. Now, if we get into anime,
Oh,
oh
those
my
are
god,
Chef Kiss.
untouchable movies.
Those are Chef
I don't
Kiss.
know how many times me and Dylan rewatched the anime version of Flashpoint. Several fucking times.
We've also seen Batman Under the Red Hood. We
Mhm.
watched Injustice.
Yes. Oh my
And
god.
Justice was so
Warner
good.
Brothers
So good.
knows what to do
They
with the
do.
animation.
And that's what's frustrating about these. They have so much talent in terms of the heroes and stories they could tell. It just hasn't translated to live action. With Gunn, they have a chance to actually build those moments.
And we are about to see it.
Exactly. Like, I'm starting to think we're gonna be like how excited we were with Marvel. We're gonna feel that way with James Gunn. It's gonna be new.
And for once, I completely trust James Gunn.
Me too.
His first movie with Marvel was Guardians of the Galaxy.
Nobody even really knew who the fuck they were.
And now they're popular characters.
Exactly.
They're
no
really
names.
popular
no
characters.
No one knew who Star-Lord was before them, or Rocky Raccoon.
Groot?
Groot. No, I'm talking true.
Now, like, Groot is, like, one of everyone's favorite.
Exactly, bro.
I am Groot.
Exactly.
So James Gunn can take a nobody and turn it into something.
Right.
That's why I'm putting full faith in James Gunn. He knows what to do.
Dude knows how to world build, and you need that when you're building a universe. That's key. If you can't real world build, the universe is cooked. There's no universe.
Like, he could have just took the Guardians aside and made several movies with just the Guardians, because that's how big he made his world.
Easy. We could have got probably 5+ Guardians movies if he really wanted it. Just imagine that the Anti-Monitor, Dark Side, all the cool villains that James Gunn is gonna have control over, telling on the big screen. I can't wait.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
That's gonna be lit. That's gonna be lit.
I can't wait.
I'm just hoping Fantastic Four is good, because if Fantastic
That needs
Four
to be
flops,
good, bro.
that might be the end of
I
Marvel.
think that might be it, bro. That might be it for Marvel. Fantastic Four
let's
has
be
to
honest,
hit.
though. Let's
Fantastic
be honest.
Four has to
Fantastic
hit,
Four has had a lot of flops, so that's one of those where if it does,
they're 0-3.
like I said,
there's a special place in my
miss
heart for
with
the
those.
older ones, but not 2015. Fuck no. But
The first
That
one,
was
the very first Fantastic Four movie,
pretty
that,
solid.
that
That was
one
pretty
wasn't
good.
bad.
Yeah,
we
that
actually
was-
have a CD copy in my house.
Mhm.
I have that movie.
It wasn't bad, but the Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Ooh,
that was bad.
I'm gonna make Galactus a cloud.
And you know what's crazy too?
Yep.
Marvel has came out and said that there's only one Galactus. There aren't variants.
Which is smart. I think that's smart.
No. How the fuck are you going to explain that he was in cloud form?
Oh, right. Yeah, that's a good
Because
point.
technically
Right.
speaking,
Mhm.
the Galactus in the Fantastic Four movie that's coming out,
Yeah.
is the same Galactus that was a cloud.
Right.
So how the
That's
fuck are
actually
they going
crazy.
to explain that?
They're gonna have to do some window dressing to explain that.
Yeah.
Because
There's no variants. It's
Yeah.
just him. He's it. Imagine how fucking scary that is. There's no variants of you. You're
that's
that
actually
strong.
terrifying. You're that OP. We couldn't find another one.
There are
here.
different variants of Celestials, and you got there's only one Galactus.
Oof. That's actually terrifying.
That'll make a lot of people be a little worried. You'll
Right.
be over there like, so I'm the only one?
I mean, Galactus is so powerful, he scares the Celestials. That's how powerful Galactus is.
That is true.
Like, the Celestials want no parts in. And those are basically the gatekeepers of the universe.
If you ain't trying to get fucked by
Right.
them,
Right.
oof.
That's what I'm saying. Like what Dylan said, this movie flops, man.
It's not good.
That's not good at all, bro. Like, Marvel's in serious. If that movie flops and Superman's a banger, Marvel's in trouble. DC might pass them
But I feel like Marvel's
I
doing
don't
this
know,
on
man.
purpose.
to build up towards.
No, I feel like they're purposely making their movies bad. I just thought of this. Remember how they keep talking about anchor beings?
Mm-hmm.
And how whenever their anchor being dies, their universe starts falling apart?
Yeah.
Iron Man was the anchor being.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was. Yeah.
How many movies and TV shows have passed since then?
Too many to count.
That is true.
Too many
They
to
keep
count.
getting bad because the universe is falling apart. Didn't it feel a little weird seeing
I
the
didn't
new
think about
Avengers
that.
logo at the end of
Oh, Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts and seeing how Sam Wilson is upset about it because he's Captain America now?
Yeah.
So it feels like the universe is starting to.
Kind of.
Are you starting to see it now?
I'm starting to piece what you're trying to say. Yeah, I didn't think about it that way. Yeah. Because that's why Sam fell slack, because it's like you can't replace the original team.
Not even. It's not only that. It's just the way that Marvel's going about these stories, the way they're making them.
They're not the stories. That's what's taking the biggest decline. The stories have just not hit like they did in Phase 1 and 3.
That is true. Because I will say,
It's not as captivating.
Yeah, it's just. But like I said, bro, with Thunderbolts, they
earned
really,
some goodwill back. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's one of those that you can't say that they aren't at least going in the right direction.
Oh, for sure. If they build off Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four pops,
because like
the Marvel's fine.
Like, let's be honest, if Thunderbolts flopped,
oh man,
we would all have been sitting here saying, "All right, bro, I think they're cooked."
That's what I'm saying. Because Cap 4 was just okay. It wasn't anything special. So you needed something good after that. Because if Thunderbolts flopped and then Cap 4 is nothing special, then it's like there's no momentum.
Yeah. That would have been tough.
Oof, yeah, even for Marvel. How can you sell to your fans to go check out the next Avengers when there's nothing to be excited about? Like, we ought to be building towards something.
All I can say is that's tough.
Right.
Is that all we were going to be talking about, though?
Are we going to do our...
I think we should save that. Because right now, if we did that, it'd be a 2v1.
It would be. Yeah, we need to wait for a rebound for that one. So we end it with the Raw and SmackDown thing like we usually do to see which one was better. I ain't gonna lie.
I didn't even watch them.
Oh, you didn't watch this?
Triple H.
Damn, TKO. I've been seeing some fans been checking out because of TKO.
That's definitely me. Because remember, yeah. Corey, we used to get on PlayStation and watch it together.
Every week.
Me, you, and Andrew.
Yeah. SmackDown is the one where it's declined the most in terms of watching it live for me.
I did see people are saying that
Raws.
People are excited for the draft because they want LA Knight to get a change of scenery.
I think I've been screaming
nice.
LA Knight needs to go to Raw. There's nothing for him on SmackDown. Yeah. There's nothing for him. The U.S. title, Jacob Fatu and the Bloodline will be busy fighting for that since him and Solo are beefing now. Then he's not going to hit the main event picture with John Cena and Cody Rhodes up in there. Makes sense for him to go to Raw because Gunther's the champion there. He can easily hit up the main event picture there. It's not as gatekeep as it is on SmackDown.
But that is if Gunther gets drafted back to Raw.
Oh, you mean back to SmackDown? Because Gunther's on Raw right now.
Yeah, I know. LA Knight would leave SmackDown.
Oh, right.
And go to Raw, but Gunther has to get redrafted to Raw.
Yeah, that's a good point. Oof, yeah. Well, assuming he would stay on
Raw. You know
who
should start a feud?
Who? Seth and LA Knight?
No, Drew and LA Knight.
See, I think it seemed like they were hinting towards that because remember the botch that happened on Royal Rumble where Drew got pissed? That involved him and Knight. Then the next Friday Night SmackDown, LA Knight brought that up in a promo. So it seemed like they were hinting towards them feuding, and then boom, they dropped it. That's my biggest issue with Triple H's shit. He hints at feuds and then just drops them out of nowhere. Sometimes.
Yeah, that is kind of true.
Drew was supposed to be hunting out the Bloodline. All of a sudden, we get him feuding with Damian Priest in a Nothing Burger feud nobody asked for.
Yeah, again.
Like, come on. How many times are Drew and Priest going to fight? They better be done after that Saturday Night Steel case. Just end it. No one wants to see them.
Yeah, at that point, it's like, bro, no one is like even cared to watch
Nobody
that.
cares. Exactly. End it. We're good on that. Let Drew do other shit. No disrespect to Priest, but Drew should be.
He's on better things.
He should be off to better things, bro. Like, come on.
If we could make a trade with TNA, I'd get Joe Hendry. They get Damian Priest.
Right.
Oh, yes.
That'd be a good trade.
I would be fine with trading No Pop Damian Priest for Joe.
I'm not gonna lie. Is it just me or him trying to pull off this Undertaker thing?
It's cringe.
His character is just fucking
It's just
cringe.
bland. I feel nothing when Damian Priest comes out. I don't feel anything.
I kind of just do. I hit one of these.
That's what I'm saying.
Right, just like, bruh, seriously, like
Priest is out.
He's back on the ring.
Even
anytime Damian Priest has a match, it's a piss break match.
It is a piss break match, bro. It is. He's not even that awful in the ring.
All his moves are literally the Undertaker.
It is the Undertaker. He's cosplaying. I remember people clown Solo for cosplaying Roman, but he was doing that by design. He was trying to be the new Tribal Chief.
This is rough.
Even the kicks he's cosplaying.
It does worry me if Vince McMahon does come back, though, because if he does come back, that means we're probably never getting Joe Hendry.
No. Vince McMahon would never.
That is kind of true. One thing about
Vince McMahon, he'll happily take free agents from other companies.
But he's not.
He would never do business with other companies, no. Like TNA.
But I think he has to understand how big of a star Joe Hendry is.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If it would affect the ratings. I'm sure that he's not going to go after a nobody in fucking TNA or Ring of Honor.
I mean, when AJ Styles hit free agency, if you're a big star, Vince will go after you. Because when AJ hit free agency, Vince was the first one to offer him a contract to come.
I know Vince was rolling when he saw Joe Hendry come out at WrestleMania.
Right. He was rolling his grave.
I know he was rolling only because he got a louder pop than anyone there.
Oh, that would piss off Vince. One thing about Vince, he doesn't like when people from other promotions come to his promotion and are more over than his superstars. That's one thing Vince will.
Which, I mean, it makes sense.
It does make sense.
You know?
I get it.
And what's funny is I know Triple H is hearing all the things Vince is telling him because he's married to his daughter.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Imagine
his father.
Imagine you're in creative control of WWE, right?
Mm-hmm.
And your old boss is your daughter is his
your
daughter.
Father-in-law.
Yeah, he's your father-in-law.
Yep.
Imagine going over there for Thanksgiving, right?
Awkward as shit.
And he's just staring at you.
So I see.
That's what we doing.
I see you have logos on the wrestling ring now. Interesting.
And what
so
was
you
that
have
fucking
Prime? You have Prime bottles by the ring.
And they're drinking it during matches. Interesting. He also didn't like on TV if you said you were a heel or a face.
Yeah.
There was another.
Because that gives away the whole.
That gives away the product.
Yeah. So
I do agree with Vince on that.
No, some of Vince's shit I understand. Like, he doesn't like sponsors on the ring. That's sacred. I get that. I understand a lot of the shit Vince. There was a method to his madness. He didn't like fans being priced out. That's why ticket prices were relatively pretty. I won't say cheap, but affordable.
Yeah.
Like, it felt like he wanted to make it feel as much wrestling as possible, and the other sponsors were just outside of it. He never wanted the sponsors to be bigger than the actual show.
I do feel like you should have the WWE logo in the center.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You should.
Kind of like
right.
a UFC does theirs in the center.
Right. That, yeah.
Or like at least have like the show on the center. Like
Right.
At
At
least
least let people know
in the
what you
middle.
want. Right. That, completely agree.
But sponsors
Over even on the tables, there's Slim
That's
Jim.
just too
now
much.
on the thing the up on the nosebleeds, the thing that goes across.
Yeah.
That advertisement's there, sure.
Oh, yeah.
Why not?
But on
the
advertisement,
ring?
that's business, right? That's
Yeah.
too much, bro.
Or if wrestlers have a sponsor or something and they have a little logo on their shorts,
Too
cool,
much,
whatever.
right? UFC does that too, right?
Like I don't care if it's like one logo. Like if you're sponsored by Pepsi and they're like, "Hey, just slap your logo on some shorts."
Oh yeah, no problem with
Yeah,
that.
it's fine.
It's like Nike,
Brock
their
Lesnar.
logo on their shorts.
Yep.
Like
Brock
I'm-
Lesnar had that Jimmy John sponsorship on his pants. There was always Jimmy John's. His
And-
shirt, Jimmy
and
John's.
there wasn't an issue there.
Zero. TKO just man.
They're wild right now.
Right.
That's all.
Instead of Raw and SmackDown, which is ass. Are y'all worried that TKO is doing too much?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
They're out there buying other companies while
Yeah.
they're just forgetting about WWE.
Yeah, I think they're getting a little too hungry. They're getting a little too hungry.
What's that
with it.
saying?
They're too much about the bottom line.
You got too much dip on
Yep.
your chip.
Too
Yep.
much.
Mhm.
I mean, they learned that with R-Truth. They're treating veteran wrestlers like they're completely expendable and that they can just replace them.
Yeah, and they found how much we
Hard.
liked our
You think they felt that
Yeah, I
hard?
found out that quick.
They had a pivot. They're like, oh shit, okay, never mind. Never mind, okay.
I know Braun Strowman's like, y'all couldn't do that for me.
That's what I'm saying. So I know the other people that were released are salty because they're like, where was mine? Where were y'all when I got released? I
Well,
kept,
let's be fair. Braun Strowman's only there to go after the Giants, and there's not
That's
very many
it.
Giants.
yeah. Honestly, Triple H does not care for Giants as much as Vince did.
That's why Omos is not.
Yeah, and I just saw Omos re-signed a new contract, and it's like
we
he's not
have Omos over Braun Strowman.
Yeah.
Are we serious?
crazy.
Someone who can actually wrestle versus
Right.
someone who's just big.
You know how big Braun was in putting over Jacob Fatu,
Mm-hmm.
and they just let him go. While Omos is just in catering, they just pay him to be in catering.
Y'all remember reading that book of Mice and Men?
Yep.
Yeah,
Remember the ending?
it's been a minute.
What was it?
He
Yeah, what
takes
was it?
the stupid guy out to see the pond or whatever, and then
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
that's it. That's what WWE did to Braun Strowman.
Right.
Yeah.
After
That
putting
is
over
crazy.
Jacob Fatu.
Right. And they had a great last man standing match too. And he said, "Congrats, you released, but we appreciate that."
Dang, bro. Not the. All right, bro.
We'll hit you with that. Appreciate that. Get up out of here. Omos, we just re-signed him. We'll put him on TV maybe at Royal Rumble, but he'll replace you. We don't need you. It's crazy.
And I don't like the fact that it's because what was the whole reason that they backed out of New Orleans?
Money. That was it. They liked as much money they made in Vegas. Apparently, they made one of the most profitable WrestleManias in Vegas. So they're like, we want more of that. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
And that's what Vince would change.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
think my only thing with that is you have TKO now with UFC and all that.
That's my thing. I mentioned that to you, homie.
You know,
all US mostly. Occasionally they do other places, but most of their biggest fights are in Vegas.
Yep, and that's gonna be a big issue.
Fans aren't gonna fuck with that. They don't.
Yeah, because it's already expensive.
It's expensive
Wasn't Vince's whole thing? Like, he cared about the money, but he also cared about selling seats.
Oh, absolutely. Yep. That's what he cared about the most. That's why, again, tickets were way more affordable with Vince because he never wanted to price out the fans. He never wanted to do that.
He wanted people to go, but he also cared about the money. So if you lower a seat just to like $25, you're gonna sell more.
Right.
But if you're selling a seat for $1,000, you're gonna sell less. Because I'm not paying $1,000.
And that's why you see a bunch of TKO. Who's in the first row? Celebrities.
Yep.
You don't see that many regular fans in the first row anymore. Just celebrities.
Yeah, that's the worst part. You don't see your everyday fans there.
No.
You're seeing,
it feels like a UFC, because you see with UFC fights, it's a bunch of celebrities at those fights.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like that with WWE. It's kind of crazy.
It's not starting to be families anymore.
No, they're pricing out OG fans. Like, we were gonna try to go to WrestleMania this year, get some content too.
It was gonna be in New Orleans,
right? Not too far of a drive from Georgia. We were gonna go down there, get some content, and enjoy it. But TKO said we going to Vegas, and we can't afford.
Oh, they're sitting like this, like wait, what?
Right, I'm about to say, huh? When this happened? It's crazy, bro.
That's all I can say.
I mean, if we really wanted to go to WrestleMania, dude, we just have to save.
We gotta save, we ain't gonna rule it out because we gotta at least go to one WrestleMania. But TKO, y'all making that too hard with what you're doing.
Especially people who live all the way across the country.
Exactly,
flying
there,
Vegas,
it's like
that's a
400 enough, probably 400 plus there and back.
Staying
Vegas, there and buying the ticket, like, bro, that's $1,000 plus trip right there.
And that's not even considering food. If you want any merch,
right? We gotta get some merch. It's WrestleMania.
Yeah, I mean we have to.
And then things to do in Vegas.
Apparently, they had like WrestleMania parties and shit. So a bunch of people were going to different things down there. They had like a whole. They always do for WrestleMania weekend. A bunch of shit's going on. Fans go to everything. You want to experience the whole thing. TKO, bro. They got chill.
They got
between that. The bland storyline. I even saw some people criticize Seth's new group, saying they look cool, but like story wise, they're not as interesting as the Bloodline.
Damn, bro, they look cool.
Right. I'm like,
damn.
I'm like, low key, like, what is their story though? Like,
that is true.
The stories are kind of slipping. That's a big part of wrestling. Between that slipping and TKO prices, they gotta chill, bro. Like, something gotta change.
Well, I think we hit every note, man.
Yeah, I think so too. Oh yeah, shout out to How to Train Your Dragon. They were box office kings this week.
Which was fire.
Fire, and that was expected because I mean, when we went to see Karate, we didn't even mention Karate Kid. That movie was trash. There wasn't too much to mention with that.
I'm sorry. Legends.
Don't call that Legends. That was Karate Kid's mail-in Legends because the Legends mailed it the fuck in that performance. I'm not even gonna lie.
They went there to get their check and was like, all right,
get a check, hit some nostalgia fighting, do a lazy ass.
Bro, it was barely fights, bro.
Barely any fights in the Karate Kid. Half the movie, the actual kid that was supposed to be getting trained already knew karate, and he was training a grown man how to box. You know what? Let me not even dive into the plot. It was not. It was not good.
You're only talking about the first third of the damn story. Mm-hmm. There's been so many damn storylines, and it was confusing.
There was like 5 different and it was only 90 minutes. This is only a 90-minute movie, and they try to do so many different things.
I mean, towards the end, the dude that was trying to learn boxing.
Rushed.
The dude that learned boxing at the end was damn near
all of a sudden,
about.
Right. They made him a big part of the first act. He was barely in the second half. How did he pay his medical bills?
I don't know, bro.
Who knows, bro?
I don't know. Apparently, I guess they wanted to fight and gave him some money. I don't know, bro.
That's about it. Goodbye. We'll see you cheering on the main character in the last act.
Let's just go into that starting five.
Let's get to it, bro.
What's that first one, dog?
You gotta subscribe, bro.
Simple.
One click of a button.
It's so simple.
It's one click.
I mean, the crazy part is, the next button that's right beside it, it's that
It's
light.
that light button. That
You know
beautiful,
what I'm saying?
beautiful thumb.
It's that simple.
That simple.
What's the other one?
I'm writing something. A comment.
Ooh.
You got a comment down. See that was so.
You
got a comment down below.
You know, it's
like
just
we
that
always say in
simple.
every video, we want to interact with y'all. We want to know y'all's thoughts on what we have to say.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because we got to a lot today, so we want y'all, you know, have that discourse back and forth,
Throw us alley-oop.
and we'll catch that. Like we'll respond to every comment. That's what we are.
Exactly.
We want that interaction to go. Some I ain't gonna lie, I ain't trying to call you out, but some of the comment section's been a little dry, you know. we want to get that going. Comment down below. Hey, I'm just saying, I want to talk to the people. I'm a people person, all right.
I'm a people's person.
Ignore Dylan. See, he won't be responding to the comment section. Don't worry about him. Ignore him. Don't let him discourage you from commenting down below.
Corey, what's that one where they gotta hit the? There we go.
Gotta hit the notification bell. Like I always say, what's better than checking your notifications and seeing Flicks and Kicks' posted videos? That's
It's
simple.
that simple,
It's
dog.
that simple.
It's literally that simple. And what stuff do they gotta follow, bruh?
The Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
the TikTok. TikTok been looking nice lately.
Yeah, hey, that's what I'm saying. You know, it's
Y'all gotta check that out. Y'all want to miss out on that.
just saying.
Phil, I always do this. Letterbox, and then.
Should I even put the Thunderbolts review on there?
Oh yeah, we need to update the reviews. Yeah,
Yes.
probably gotta put the How to Train Your Dragon review up there too for sure.
Yeah, we'll do that.
We'll get that updated for y'all, and then
We got a few videos.
for sure, just a couple because we've seen a lot lately. So you know we got to put some up for you, and then there's the Spotify.
Corey, you got a big ass head.
It's just I'm close to the camera, so it looks bigger than it actually is. It's just
I'm
the
looking
way.
at it in real life and on camera. You got a big ass head. You got a
Anyway,
big ass head
y'all,
on camera and in real life.
Anyway, y'all, that's the end of the starting five. You know, they say if you have a big head, you got a big brain, which makes you smarter. Just
Then
saying.
how are you so fucking dumb?
Damn.
What you mean? I'm a genius. Fuck you talking about? I'm a genius.
I'm out.
I'm a genius. Fuck you talking about? You know what? Y'all have a good one.